Hello, good morning. Happy Sunday. Hold on one second. I'm making a smoothie before I go hang out with a friend. And I just wanted to come through really because, man, there is a theme going on right now with people that I love and people I don't even know. I'm meeting people and I'm hearing stories, good morning, of heaviness just amongst people. And it's crazy. Like, people are really struggling right now with heaviness. And even me this morning, I woke up feeling heavy. And when I say heavy, what I mean is you just wake up. It's kind of like almost a little bit of a depression. Like, you know what you're capable of. You know what you have on the inside of you. You've seen yourself probably at the height of your life, or you have a good idea of what that would look like. But for some reason, you just feel like heavy. Like, a good analogy is like you wake up in the morning and you just feel like there's bricks on you. It's hard. Like, you want to just like come out of those bricks and just get on with the day. But the reality is that it's heavy. It's really heavy. And so I wanted to, good morning guys. I want to talk to y'all about heaviness while I make my smoothie before I leave. And two things about heaviness. Number one, well, let me just give you this. I was in an Uber on Friday, and this guy was talking to me about how he had been in like a really crazy relationship. I think I triggered him. I said, yeah, I'm going out here to hang out with my guy friend, and he was like, then he started talking about his own relationship. I said, do what you want. Let's hear it. So he was talking about how he had been in a bad relationship with someone, and they really took control of his mental capacity. And I mean, no one can take control of your mind without you giving it to them. But like, he really felt like he was in a place. Good morning, Mel. Hey, y'all. He felt like he was in a place where he was worn down. He would have never said those words, but like from what he was telling me about how he got taken for granted, he was still angry. This girl wore him down, y'all. This girl, my Uber driver was telling me about his relationship with this girl. And to be honest, she was toxic for him and wore him down. This man he's a veteran. He was feeling heavy. Chloe said he was feeling heavy. He was feeling heavy. That's exactly right. And he was an ex-military man, so he's a veteran. He knows, like, he's one of those people that gets up in the morning, gets out there, exercises, positive attitude, takes care of his business. He's like boom, boom, boom. He knew and knows that about himself. But in this moment, he had been worn down by honestly toxic mental, whatever you want to call it, whether it's thoughts or mental mind games, some kind of mental thing that he's dealing with. He's been dealing with that for so long that now he's in this place of like, I feel heavy. And I don't know if I can get from under these bricks. And so, little Martay gets in the car and I got a lot to say. I mean, if you're going to tell me about your relationships, I'm going to just pitch in and give what I have to say. I mean, hey, you're being vulnerable. I'll go down the path with you. So I told him, he was telling me how he wants to join the police force. Yeah, that's good. He wants to join the police force, but he's a little bit overweight and he wanted to wait until he's like the perfect size. And I said, you know what, my dude? I said, if you want to be something and you're struggling right now, like you're feeling heavy right now, so that's a struggle. And we've all been there. Like, I was there this morning. I had to worship my way out. That's like coming later. But I said, sometimes it's just better for you to take a leap and go hang out with the Eagles because you want to be an Eagle. And you might feel stupid. You might feel like you're not ready. You might feel out of shape. But like, you want to be an Eagle right now. But you're hanging out with the pigeons expecting to become the caliber of person that would be deemed an Eagle, if that makes any sense. For example, like, my dad would always tell me growing up, because we have an athletic family, and he'd be like, Gabriella Martay, if you want to be good at a sport, go play with those people that are good. Because you playing with people that are like, mediocre is not going to make you great. Like that is like the rare exception. Like the LeBron Jameses that grew up in their hoods and they're like phenomenal and they, and then they go play with phenomenal people. That is the exception. Like, bless LeBron. I think that's amazing. But like the rest of us, if you want to become an Eagle, Let me tell you right now, if you want to get light again, if you want that heaviness off of you, you need to make a point to get around people that have that mindset, that operate like that are eagles. So whatever that looks like for you, like I hear a lot of musicians hit me up in the DMs and they're like, how did you just like really start doing this? I said, I started hanging out with people that were doing it. I at first felt like I didn't know, but then I looked up things on Facebook, like groups of people that were meeting where I was from in California, and I would just go sit in on these like music sessions that they were doing, and it felt really awkward. But now we're friends, and now I'm running with those eagles. And there's always a way in which you can step up. Now I'm like, okay, those people are cool and I love them, and now I'm on their level. But now I see a new level by the grace of God, and it's time to get there, and God will provide a way. I will lean on the Lord, but I got to start dwelling with that level of eagles if I want to get there. So I just want to encourage you today. Number one, if you're feeling heavy, I want to encourage you to get around, honestly, people, and I know this sounds so strange, but sound waves, because the mind, the Bible says, as a man thinks, so is he. So you have to curate what hits your mind. So for me this morning, I woke up feeling heavy, right? I got to go here soon. This is me trying to make a smoothie and talk to y'all. I get caught up in my talking. Y'all know this about me. But so I woke up feeling heavy today. I know from times past that when I wake up feeling heavy, it's not always me. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's what I've been feeding myself mentally. And that could be it. And sometimes it's the enemy. He wants you to wake up feeling horrible and then operate under that heaviness. And it's not a good look, let me tell you. It's not a good look. But I know from my history past, and for those of you who might not have that history to pull from, I want to encourage you, one of the number one way that always works, especially for me, excuse me, I'm doing the most right now, but the number one way that always works for me is worshiping. So I got in the shower, I turned on my worship music. I said, we're going to worship, because church is not till 6 p.m. tonight. So I'm going to worship. Hello? And I'm telling you, it's like chains just lift when you worship, because you know what happens when you worship? I love worshiping. Like, we are all made to worship, and we are all worshiping something, and that something will dictate your life. It will guide your path. I'm telling you. So if you're not worshiping God, look at what you spend your time on, because that is what you're worshiping. Your time and how you facilitate it, how you move with your time and how you use your time is a great indicator of what you're worshiping, period. So if you spend most of your time with your friends, I'm not going to say it, but I mean, that's an indicator. If you spend most of the time talking about boys, ladies, gentlemen, if you spend most of the time talking about women, they might be your idol that is facilitating your life. Point blank. So long story short, worshiping God, like the Almighty, the one who made heaven and earth, the one who made you, has this way of recalibrating everything in your life, and especially your thoughts. It brings everything back. And the enemy, what he'd love for you to do is to get uncalibrated. I don't even know if that's a word, but he would love for you to get disoriented and end up in a place where things aren't clear, where feelings are confusing, where you feel like you can't trust anything. And then all of a sudden you're operating in this way of, I'm just striving in my own mind. I'm trying to figure it out on my own. I feel depressed now. Anxiety is attacking me now. All of these things. And guys, we deal with these things, but the recalibration is what people are not telling us to do. So that recalibrating of worship. So this guy, I was in my Uber with him. He was such a sweet man. He was mad and angry at what had just happened, which seemed like his last relationship got done like a couple months ago. But I'm telling y'all, when somebody messes with your mind and you don't recalibrate, my goodness, that can mess with you for years. It can make you stumble. And I said, my dude, you want to be in the police academy. You want to be an officer. I said, you need to just go sign up. And he was like, I said, can you not sign up because you're a little overweight? Like, why can't you sign up right now? And he was like, well, I can. And I said, well, then what are you waiting for? And then he was like, I'm just waiting to get all this weight off. I said, see right there, my dude, you're never going to do it, because the reality is, for you to look like an officer, and this was a cool black dude. We need more black officers. Let's just be 100. But I said, for you, my dude, if you want to be an officer, you want to look like an officer, you want to run like an officer, you want to be in shape like an officer, bruh, you need to get around officers. I said, go sign up. Go apply. I said, you have all this military experience. They would hire you on the force like that. Yeah, sure, you're overweight, but take care of it when you get there. Don't take care of it and then expect to get there. Go do it. Go run with the Eagles. You want to be an Eagle? Don't try to become an Eagle and then go run with the Eagles. The way you become an Eagle is by getting with the Eagles. And I'm telling you guys, my dad would preach this when we were younger. I am telling the truth, and it really makes sense. He'd always say, if you guys want to be I used to play basketball a lot, 12 years competitively. I know I seem really proper and a girly girl, and I am, but like, yo, I could get down on the court and still play. Except for now, these girls are like 6'2". When you get older, I feel like the girls just get a lot taller, and I'm still short compared to them. I'm 5'6", so, which is not short, but it's short compared to these tall athletic girls. But anyways, my dad would always say, Gabriella Martay, if you want to be a good ball player, what you need to do, he'd say it just like this, I tell you the truth, so forgive me for being so blunt. He'd say, you need to get your butt on the court with girls that play ball, like that play. So y'all, I would find myself, and Aaron Jones, I will save this by the grace of God. If I can save it, I will save it for you, for sure. I would find myself playing, guys, I'm not kidding, with girls in Oakland. I remember one time this girl, oh my gosh, she was like 6'1", like my dad's height, you know? I was trying to rebound this ball. I'm going up in the court, and you know, I'm little Martay out here. I'm trying to fly with Eagles, and I wasn't quite there, but I was getting there. And they make you, because you're running with them, you got to kind of get on their pace or get gone, you know what I mean? And so I remember, I'll never forget this day. I was in this basketball tournament for the PAL League. My mom's an officer, or ex-peace officer, she retired. But I was in the PAL League, which is the police activities league. And I'm going out for this rebound in Oakland with some of my homies. And we're from the hood, you know, like, which is not Oakland, like the mini-size hood. Like Oakland, these girls ball, you know, you don't want to play in Oakland if you're not ready for that. Anyways, I go up and I go to get this rebound. I'm 5'6", this girl is 6'1", and she looks at me with disgust, like, you are an ant. Get up. And she got the ball, and she does that thing that you do with the ball when you're like, you got to prove a point. She rebounds the ball, and I almost had it, but I mean, she's 6'1". I'm jumping, and she doesn't need to jump. And she gets the ball, and she does that slam thing, and she looks at me like, but I think I had her respect, because she's like, this little girl is out here. She is like all effort, all, you know. And so I just want to encourage some of you today. I'm saying all this because if you feel heavy, sometimes you can't get out of it alone. That is the point of this. You need God, and you need to get around the Eagles that will help you get out of your heaviness. So I'm here to say today, I don't know where you stand. I don't know what dream is on your heart that you feel heavy because it's not happening. I don't know. But one thing I know is that when you worship God, everything recalibrates, especially your mind. You can think clearly. And number two, when you get around people that have the light that you know you should be walking in, that are walking with God, or that are great musicians like you want to be, those are the people that can help you get to where you want to go. All right, so I want to leave y'all with that. Don't wait till you do it on your own, because honestly, I mean, even me, I'm here like, sure, a lot of people see me and all they see is like the strength of my life, which cool, man, that's awesome. I'm glad God gets the glory through that. I'm glad God can testify, because the reality is I'm such a weak person without the Lord. I'm so weak, and that's what the Lord loves to use, is weak people. And I want to encourage you that if I look at my life, and if I wasn't a part of groups of people that were going down the path that I wanted to go, or ahead of me, I feel like I would absolutely not be where I am today. It took people. It took worshiping God. It took flying with eagles before I was an eagle. It really did. And it's not comfortable, but it's worth it. And I want to encourage y'all in that today. And so I'm going to let y'all go. I see comments flying through, like TC Molif gave the fire and the green heart. I mean, hello. And then John said, hey, what's up, my friend? Yo, what's up, dude? And sorry, I'm really bad at this, guys. I got a new phone, and it's not the same anymore. Yeah. Jamie said, amen, my sister. Claudia, yes, ma'am. Y'all, I just love y'all so much. When I feel these things burning in my heart, I have to release them. I feel like they're words for us all, you know, like me and you guys. And then Chloe said, these are wise words. Hang out with the eagles to become an eagle. I love it. That's really just it. It's really just it. And you want to know who is the best eagle? Who is the fiercest eagle? The most knowledgeable counselor? God. He's the best. I feel like people trying to do life without God. I have friends on here trying to do life without God. No shame. We are homies till from day 1 to day 5,000,006 till I leave the earth. Listen, you loving God is not going to decide whether I'm your friend. But it does decide for you the calibration of your life. Because the reality is when you don't walk with God and you don't worship God, which changes everything and calibrates your thoughts, to be clear, you are at a disadvantage. Now, it doesn't have to look like how I do it. I'm loud, proud, all the things. But you have to figure out your own way to do it and come before God and say, God, this is me. I need your help. I think it's Psalm 16 that says, there is no good apart from the Lord. Your efforts, honestly, will never be good enough without God's help. You'll never be a great mom without God's help. You'll never be a phenomenal father. You'll never be the best basketball. You just won't. Like, God has to give you the strength. He might give you the talents, and he'll never, like Romans 11, it says his gifts and his call are irrevocable. So he might call you to something. He might give you the gifts, and he won't take them back because that's how good he is. But the reality is there's a strength, there's a power, there's a recalibration that happens when you worship God and you put him first and you ask him for his help. And that's it. I love y'all so much. Happy Sunday. I know a lot of us are not in church because of everything post-COVID, but I am praying for you all. If you need prayer, leave a comment on the video that I post or hit me up in the DMs. Guys, we have to do life together. This is more than me trying to get somewhere with my music. No, God gets me somewhere. If he wants to get me somewhere, he'll get me somewhere. I'm here to release the music because I love you guys. I want to see you fly like eagles. I want to see you come out of your depression. I want to see you healed, set free, delivered. I want to see you flying because that is the vision that God has given me. That is the burning within my heart. So today we're talking about heaviness, and tomorrow who knows what it'll be, but this is what God gave me. So, and hello, Portugal. Walter said, blessings from Portugal. Thanks for sharing. And Gabby said, yeah, you guys, I love you so much. See you later. Bye.